Well, it's a grim and miserable autumn day in the garden, cold and damp. But that doesn't matter because I'm making some spicy pumpkin soup. So I've got my oven on at about 190 degrees. I'm just going to scrape out the pumpkin seeds to begin with and put them into this little frying pan because these are edible seeds. The pumpkin's clean and now it's going to get roughly chopped. So there's my roughly chopped pumpkin, nice and chunky with the skin on because the skin's edible also. I'm just adding some olive oil into a bun tray because I'm actually going to cook the pumpkin in a bun tray so the oil will in essence fry it underneath while on top it toasts. And I want the pumpkin to go a little bit black and a little bit well cooked. I'm just going to drizzle a bit more oil on top, not too much, just a little bit more. A little bit of salt, some pepper, some cayenne pepper, delicately putting some sugar on so it will caramelise, a dusting of paprika to give it a nice smoky kind of barbecue-y flavour. And finally I'm going to cover it with this stuff called Frylight, and this is spray oil. So the Frylight will work well with the sweet ingredients on top and the spices. It'll just help it all cook and bring it together, and it'll help to glaze. Meanwhile, I've got the pumpkin seeds in this pan and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Next, the onions, chopped. So I'm just adding these to a pan with some butter. I'm putting on top a few Italian mixed herbs and some chili flakes. Don't forget, this is a spicy soup. Last but not least, some garlic paste. It's going to be a flavour bomb. Let that simmer. We've got the seeds simmering away over here and the pumpkin in the oven. So I'll be back in a little while, folks. So they're bubbling away nicely, not far off being done. And they are done. So they look absolutely lovely. Just nice and toasted. All that flavour will come through. I need to let this go cool now before I can move on to the next stage. The seeds are now completely done. They're drying out. I'm just leaving them. And the onions and everything else in there are just simmering away nicely. And by the way, toasted pumpkin seeds are lovely. The pumpkin's now cooled and I'm just popping it into my blender. I'm adding to the pumpkin some fresh tomato juice. I'm also adding about 200 ml of water. I'm crumbling in 2 vegetarian stock cubes. You don't need to use vegetarian, but seeing as though it's vegetarian so far, I just thought I'd keep it that way. I'm just going to pour in a little honey. That will really bring the flavour out. And lid on. Smells good. So I've just put a bit more heat underneath the onions. And I'm going to stir in the soup. So I want the onions to stay as they are, so there's a bit of texture in the soup. And I want all this to marry together. The flavours from the onions with the chilli and the garlic and the herbs to go with the spicy barbecuiness of the pumpkin. And this will make a really lovely warming winter soup. That's warming through nicely. Let's get the accompaniments sorted. Some nice ciabatta bread. And then let's layer some lovely butter on here. Let's not be stingy. And I would say that this is just about ready. So heat off and time to ladle. I'm going to add a few croutons on top. And finally, some of those lovely nutty pumpkin seeds. There we have it, folks. Lovely, spicy pumpkin winter soup. It's got the croutons, it's got the seeds, and it's packed with flavour. I think I might enjoy this. Oh, I feel warmer already. Cheers, folks. Actually really good. The film that you've just watched is a Moss Home and Garden production. You can find more by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. I'd just like to say thank you very much for supporting my YouTube channel and for watching my films. It really is very much appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to receive future updates about the home and garden films which I upload. You can find my YouTube channel by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. Please click on the red subscribe button. When you've done that, a little bell will appear. If you press that also, then you'll get future updates about the films which I upload. If you like my films, if you like my style of filming, then you might also like my travel channel, which you will find by going to youtube.com/Stuart Moss or type in www.mosstravel.tv. Again, if you could subscribe to that channel, it would be hugely appreciated. If you'd like to get Moss Home and Garden updates on Facebook, then please open Facebook and do a search for Moss Home and Garden, and you will find the page. If you like the page, then you will get future updates on there. And if you'd like to connect on Instagram for home, garden and travel photography, as well as some stories, then my username is Stu Moss, STUMOSS. If you'd like to connect on Twitter, then my username is @StuartMoss. And if you'd like to contact me about film usage or any other issue, please just email me on stewmosshomegarden@gmail.com. Once again, thank you very much for supporting my channel, for watching my films. I do appreciate it. I'd just like you all to have a great day.